what's happening, guys? Your boy Terminator007, and I'm going to give you a short little tutorial on how to barch. Now, this is the way I personally like to barch. It's with 100 barbarians and 140 archers, and I like to bring 5 lightning spells, but you can also go with 1 rage spell for your heroes. Now, the first thing you need to do is go into your settings and eliminate that little side swiping thing you can do. And how you do that is you go into General, click this multitasking gestures thing and go make it off. So you shouldn't be able to see the green. That way you can't switch in between apps without double tapping. And that avoids that little thing you get where you're trying to raid and then all of a sudden your screen switches over and then you lose and cry in shame. Sorry about that. But yeah, the way I'm going to show you how to barch is called the 4-finger fight. There are obviously other ways to barch, but this is the way I personally like to. So, things you want to look for when you're barching. You want to look for the majority of buildings on the outside. And the way I like to do this is I like to look for all the resource buildings, all the camps, all the spell factories, all the barracks, all that stuff has to be outside. Not necessarily the builders' huts, but definitely all of those need to be on the outside. But another thing you want to look for is a couple of defenses, because there needs to be a couple of defenses outside. I mean, not always, don't get me wrong, there can be some defenses inside, but this is going to work best if the defenses are, there are just a few on the outside, maybe like 1 or 2 cannons. So I'm going to cut back when I find a raid that works for this. Alright, so we've found the most perfect base of them all. It's called the flower base. I don't really know why it's called that, but it just is. Now, there aren't any defenses outside, but the way this base is set up is all the defenses, the main defenses, are snug enough inside where you don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to use a pinching motion. I'm going to set all my barbarians down, followed up quickly by all my archers. Now, I'll show you how I do that in the last clip in this video. But they're going to get good 40-some%, and I sell my heroes and I sell my 5 lightning spells. I don't use my lightning spells on this particular base until the end. That way I can maybe pick up anywhere in between 3 and 7% if I need to, depending on how close low health buildings are to each other. Alright, so I'm sitting here at 40%. I'm going to end up using my archer queen for this, just deciding where I want to use her, because I can use her special ability to get her up to full health again. Alright, I'm going to do it on the left side, because that clan castle is pulled a little bit over to the right, and I didn't want to risk anything. Alright, so that's an easy 50% victory, pretty decent loot, plus that bonus, so you guys aren't going to run low on loot with this strategy. Alright, so here's the pinching motion that I use. Use your thumb and your index finger, and I'm going to drop some lightning spells on these mortars first. The reason I did that is because they're in range of a lot of the free buildings that I need to get to. So you're, again, wanting to use that pinching motion, start in the left and right corner, and work your way from the top corner to the bottom corner. I'm going to spread some extra troops in the bottom just on this base because that's where the extra percentage is. You might have to do that on some bases, but like the flower base, you would go completely even around it. Alright, so now it's just a waiting game, seeing when I'm going to get to about 40-some%, and then if I need to, I can pick up the rest with my heroes and my clan castle. I never use those 2 right away. You can, but personally I think that's too big of a risk. I would save those for the very end of your fight. Alright, so we're sitting here at 42%. Honestly, I didn't look what I have in my clan castle, so I'm just going to use that over here. Unfortunately, I did have some loons because I was looning earlier, so they probably expected me to want those. Alright, so I'm just going to be at 47% here, and then I'm going to use my heroes at the bottom, and we're going to be able to pick up that easy 50%. I hope this helped you guys, and please let me know if there's anything else I need to go over, because honestly, it's better hearing from people who don't know how to do it. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and take it easy.